From the Fort Worth Star-Telegram from the year 1987. Robinson says bowling tour vastly improved. It has been 27 years since the first professional women's bowling tournament, and no one has seen more ups and downs on the circuit than Jeanette Robinson of Las Vegas, Nevada. Robinson, whose bowling honors and titles are numerous, says today's Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour is the best it has been, and women bowlers finally can make a living on the tournament trail. Robinson is among a field of 71 competing in this week's LPBT Metroplex Open at the Advantages Bowling Center in DeSoto. During yesterday's first of 2 days of qualifying rounds that will precede head-to-head match play competition tomorrow and Thursday, Robinson took a break to look back. You couldn't make a living as a professional woman bowler in the 1960s, Robinson said. The money just wasn't there. First place was usually around $2,000, and you might win $5,000 in one of the really big tournaments. Today's women bowlers, however, have two things to their advantage. While the number of women bowlers on the pro circuit today is fewer than it was 20 or more years ago, the number of tournaments they compete in annually are greater, and the top prize in events such as the Metroplex Open, $8,000, is considerably higher. Some women bowlers have another distinct advantage: sponsors who pay for their traveling expenses and tournament entry fees. An entry fee for the Metroplex Open is $175, and many of the contestants competing this week live as far away as New York, California, and Florida. In addition to fewer tournaments and lower prizes, bowlers in the early years of professional women's competition had something else that eventually led to the downfall of several pro circuits that preceded the LPBT themselves. Back in the early days, the Professional Women's Organization had a board of directors made up of the women bowlers, said Bill Vent, director of marketing for the LPBT. Consequently, there often were disagreements which unfortunately led to the organization's downfall. The LPBT, on the other hand, is owned and operated by separate individuals, not the bowlers themselves, and I think that's why it has been such a great success. Robinson agrees. I think John Falzone and John Summer, LPBT owners, have done a great job with this tour, Robinson said. They have the bowlers in mind, not just themselves or making money. Unlike many of today's tournament bowlers who begin competing professionally as teenagers, Robinson started bowling in 1957 after she was married and had 4 children. I lived in Flint, Michigan, and bowled my first game in a league with my husband, Robinson said. I bowled the first 3 frames and didn't knock a single pin down. I told my husband I was going to cry, and he just told me to move over to the right a little, and that might help. And he had never bowled a game before either. Robinson did move to the right and immediately began doing better. She rolled an 86 on that first game, and by the end of the year she was carrying a 137 average. Wanting to improve, she went to another bowling center to take lessons from an experienced bowler. She rolled 5 consecutive strikes. I told the instructor this isn't supposed to happen. It's got to be an accident or something. The bowling instructor apparently recognized Robinson's potential and natural instinct. He called her the next week and offered her a job as a bowling instructor. I couldn't believe it, she said. I was a beginner taking my first lessons, and he wanted me to be an instructor. Robinson took the job and in 1963 started bowling professionally in the Professional Women's Bowling Association. 2 years later, she became president of the PWBA. I guess I moved kind of fast, she said. Robinson was president of the PWBA for 10 years, operating the league office out of the family living room. It was our office, she said. My husband and our 4 children all helped out. Robinson served as a coach for the American team in international competition at Sweden in 1967, has served on the AMF staff of champions, and is a member of the Michigan and Las Vegas, Nevada Halls of Fame. She also has won a pro title in Japan in addition to 2 in Michigan. Robinson's sponsor is Showboat Lanes, a 106-lane facility in Las Vegas. When she isn't bowling professionally, she's helping organize tournaments at Showboat Lanes. The key to becoming a top woman bowler is practice, something Robinson admits she doesn't get enough of. But there's another hidden reward all competitors receive by traveling the Pro Tour. All these girls out here today are going to realize one of these days, when all the bucks have been spent and all the accomplishments have been recognized, just how many friends they have made, she said. Making friends is one of the greatest rewards of all.